Let's meet a few of our education partners. We start with Pardada Pardadi in India.
This was a village where girls had no joys, no dreams, and no hope. 2 decades ago, it was Asha's dream to hope for education and change. In 2000, Pardada Pardadi Educational Society was founded with a vision to educate and transform the lives of girls like Asha. Since then, over 4,000 girls have benefited from a free education at Pardada Pardadi School. It sparked a revolution. Along the way, these girls have challenged endemic gender bias to become confident, well-educated, self-reliant young women. And Asha continues to be a role model, driving change by teaching and inspiring young girls back at her school. Her name means hope. And it is our hope that you will help us make the dreams of thousands of other young Ashas come true. Help us give them choices, dreams, and hope.
Educating a girl means more than books and tuition. Basic physical needs must be addressed first. Most of our education partners serve healthy meals at school, provide medical, dental, and vision care, and visit homes. Here is a compelling example from Uganda. 15 years ago, a man named John Bosco Matsiko founded Uganda Empowers to help HIV widows and their children. The children needed education, so John Bosco established a school for vulnerable children, insisting that girls be educated too. Like flowers sprouting in the desert, our 10 beautiful scholarship girls are going to school and rising above the circumstances of their birth. Their smiles move our hearts, and yet the girls are dogged by illness and disease. With your help, GenDAP is funding badly needed public health measures and emergency medical care. That's in addition to paying tuition for our 10 scholarship girls. In 2022, after flooding, we stopped deadly outbreaks of malaria and waterborne disease. We gave each girl mosquito nets, mattresses, bedding, and bed frames to lift the bedding out of the mud. To fight waterborne parasites, we replaced each girl's flip-flops with sturdy walking shoes. The following year, the region experienced the opposite problem: severe drought. Teachers had no choice but to send students out during class time to fetch water for the drinking and cooking needs of the school. With nearby creeks dried up, students walked to faraway, filthy water holes shared with cattle and animals. To deal with this, GenDAP funded a clean water system for the school. Even then, our girls have had no respite from health problems. Later that year, students began contracting UTIs, urinary tract infections. These stemmed from the school's crude latrines and the lack of running water for hand washing. GenDAP refurbished the latrines and paid for water to be piped to hand washing stations. The Gendercide Awareness Project will continue to fund scholarships for our 10 girls and also the fundamental health measures that allow our students to thrive, like this. In the poorest slums of Kathmandu, girls start working at about age 15. Doing exactly what their mothers do, they work long days as maids and construction workers. When they return home, they cook and wash for their families. Our education partner in Nepal, called Hands in Outreach, offers girls the promise of something better. These girls, who otherwise would never go to school, receive comprehensive, quality education from preschool to elementary school to middle school to high school and through college. Over the last 5 years, GenDep has supported students of all ages.
U is for umbrella, umbrella. V is for brand, brand. W is for watch.
The Mothers Program is funded in part by the Gendercide Awareness Project. For several years, hardworking, illiterate mothers dedicate their scant hours of spare time to reading, writing, and arithmetic. They also learn basic English and computer skills. As the mothers learn to read, they learn about their rights. Many didn't know that wife beating is illegal or that child marriage can harm their daughters. The mothers also earn Nepalese citizenship and the right to vote. In Nepal, literacy is a requirement for citizenship. As the mothers learn arithmetic, they learn to manage a bank account. When they complete the program, they are ready to launch their own small businesses, and Hands in Outreach gives them seed money to get them started. The Mothers Program is called Be Part of Her Dream.
We also try to build a kind of community sense among them so that, if something happens, we can stand together for our mother.
The Gendercide Awareness Project could not be prouder to support it.
U is for umbrella, umbrella. V is for brand, brand. W is for watch.
Our education partner in Honduras, called Our Little Roses, was founded by Dr. Diana Frada more than 30 years ago. Why did she establish this loving home and school for girls? Diana tells the story. I noticed there were children on the street. They were sniffing glue. They were begging for money. They were living in the street. And I always thought they were boys. Then I found out that a lot of those boys were actually little girls dressed up as boys. Why? So that they could avoid being abused sexually by predators. The little girls she spoke of lived in the streets while their mothers worked. Some had been abandoned. One newborn girl was even rescued from a trash can. Today, 65 girls, rescued from the streets, thrive in a warm, nurturing home where they are loved, cared for, and educated through college or technical school. They visit regularly with their parents, provided that is safe. 100% of the girls have experienced trauma, abuse, neglect, begging, or sex trafficking. Upon arrival, they receive psychological support as they slowly mainstream into Our Little Roses Spanish-English bilingual school. An astonishing 97% of the girls graduate. They become teachers, social workers, beauticians, graphic designers, dentists, and engineers. All this occurs in a country where 70% of the population lives in poverty and 40% in abject poverty. Yasmin arrived at our Little Roses, which we'll now call OLR, when she was 2 years old. She loved learning, and thanks to the bilingual instruction, Yasmin learned to speak perfect, accentless English. Growing up, she saw that education could end poverty, and that inspired her to become an educator. Today, Yasmin teaches while completing a master's degree in special education. She earns the love of her children and the trust of their parents because she sets high standards for her students and helps each child achieve them.